Hey y'all, and welcome back, Ravens. If you're new to the channel, thanks for joining us. My name is Simmer Misty, and today we are joining the Willows. So without further ado, let's get to it. And before we get started, let's go ahead and get our Ravens call out. And this Ravens call goes to Leah Maria. And yes, we are absolutely selling those time capsules because even though I don't collect the Sims, I have an override. We need the money, so we will be doing that for sure. And let's go ahead and jump in with our episodes. Okay, so we are picking up right where we left off. And the last episode, we had given Rayne's house an upgrade. So we do have our little upgrade here, and now it is the middle of the night. She is just getting a little bit of rest. And then once she is up, we will go ahead and get our day started. It looks like we have ourselves a neighborhood brawl going on. I actually hate this holiday. And Jens is calling us, wanting to see us. I have no idea why, because honestly, Jens is actually seeing someone else. He had asked about Mila and wanted to know if he should give Mila a chance, and we were like, yeah, sure, totally, go ahead. But anyway, Rayne has gotten herself up. It's bright and early in the morning. She's out here in the gardening and just doing some weeding, and she loves to get up and deal with her garden. As you can see, it has made her very focused, and so we love that for us. She loves coming out here and getting into the soil. I think that part of her loves it so much because she knows that she's tending to these crops and that later on these crops are actually going to be going into the things that she's going to bake in her bakery. And so she loves that. Now, one change that I did make in this save file is the bakery that we had put up on the hill there at the very, very top, I changed. I had gone in and put a bank and a clinic, and the clinic didn't work. Oh, great. We're going to get some rain now. That's lovely. So the clinic didn't work. So I've removed the clinic, and where the clinic was sitting, I have now put a bakery. Well, not a bakery, but like it's blank. Like it's an empty lot. And that is where we're going to have our bakery. So once we actually get enough money to get a bakery, that is where the bakery is going to go. So here's our house. We have limited funds. We have 11 simoleons. We're broke. Which is fine. She does work, and I spent the last of our money on seed packets. I want her getting a whole bunch of stuff that we can plant. So we are going to plant some things in our garden here, because I want her growing a whole bunch of stuff so that we can make things not only for us to bake with, but for us to be able to cook with, because we do now have a stove and a sink and a countertop, so she can cook. When we get enough money, we will get ourselves a fridge. So we're slowly still getting the things that we need, but she has a job. We have a house with, a roof over our head. We have a bed. So we are slowly making progress. Her and Alonzo do have a pretty decent relationship as far as friendship goes. They have a freshly budding romance because she finally realizes that she can trust him, because she told him that she was pansexual, and he took that very, very well. And so overall, Rayne is doing well. Our lot is growing, and our garden is doing well and thriving. We are, already have ourselves a house. Alonzo's now calling. He's like, hey, how are you? Can I, offer you a job in the criminal career? And she's like, that doesn't even make sense, because honestly, it really doesn't make sense. They're actually in the same career. They're coworkers. So, he also is in the culinary career, so I'm not sure why he's asking her about the criminal career, but we're going to decline that offer for sure, because we want to be a baker, not a crook. So we're just going to plant these things around the garden here. So we'll put the actual plants in the gardening section, and we'll even use the patch of dirt over there. And then the apple trees will plant throughout just like the land. And some of the banana trees also will plant around, probably over by the pond. And we'll just have ourselves a nice little area with, you know, apple trees here and there. And as time goes by, we'll have ourselves lots of little trees. Like I want to have like some cherry trees growing and some lemon trees growing. And I just want to have a whole bunch of different, you know, things growing on the land that she can kind of like walk around on the property and just say like, oh, I think I want to go pick some cherries today because I want to make like a cherry pie or whatever the case is. And then she can pick some cherries and then go to her bakery and she can bake a cherry pie to sell at the bakery for the day. Or I want to make a cherry pie for the kids. Or I think that is A, extremely wholesome, and B, such a good plan. But overall, I think it's doing really, really well. So as you can see, I do have her a tiny little fridge there. And we have some neighbors that have just decided to go ahead and show up. And the reasoning for that is because, again, Neighborhood Brawl, there are a couple of elderly gentlemen that live in the neighborhood. So we'll go ahead and plant this stuff up and we'll invite them in. And we're just not going to beat them up because it is actually frowned upon for you to beat up the elderly, in my opinion. I mean, this is The Sims, so you never know what could happen, but in my opinion, you just don't go around beating up old folks. That's not cool. But we'll invite them in, and maybe she can make a meal, and we can invite them to like sit down and, you know, eat something, and just have a conversation. I think that makes a little bit more sense than just like bashing them over the head with our fist. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's the approach I would like for her to take because, I mean, Rayne doesn't really strike me as the fighting type. Baking a cookie, yes. Beating people up, no. In my opinion, I could be wrong. She could totally prove me wrong. But okay, so Jens is calling again, and basically he's just said like, hey, by the way, Mila and I worked out really well. Just wanted to say thanks. That's awesome. Could you stop calling us? Like, we're so glad that you guys are working out and that you're happy, but like, we don't need to know about every little step of the way. Like, honest, you don't have to, like, TMI, dude. TMI. So as you can see, I've planted little trees here and there and everywhere. And oh, I just love how this land and this property is turning out. I think it is going to be so adorable. And the little micro home that she has right now is so cute. It's not going to, like, you know, it can't stay this little forever because it's just not big enough for a huge family or anything. But right now, for her, it's perfect. And Alonzo's calling and he's like asking her about what? I don't know. Let me read that again. Okay, so basically he says, more money and prestige, but more work and responsibility. Should I try to get a promotion? So he's basically asking, like, he's asking her, should he go for the promotion? She's going to say, yeah, you should totally go for it because I do think that Rayne would totally be supportive of him trying to get a promotion because, you know, they're friends now, especially, and I think that she would think that, you know, he could totally get anything that he set his mind to. And so she's a very positive and optimistic person. So I do think that she would tell him, yeah, totally go for that. And so he's like, yeah, thanks so much for the confidence in me. Like that means a lot, Rayne. So as you can see, she is just, you know, visiting a little bit, but I do want to have her come on in here. She's going to just go ahead and serve a little bit of lunch. Since the gentlemen are here, we'll just go ahead and make something for everyone to eat since, you know, we have company. We weren't expecting company, but thanks for coming by, and I'll just go ahead and whip up a meal really quick so that you guys can, you know, eat with us because, you know, that's what we need to do. And it does look like someone else has shown up to the party. So we've got 2 gentlemen here now. So we'll just invite them in. Like I said, she's just going to go in here and fix something for them to eat. I hope they're not picky with their meals. And I just noticed that I don't have a light in the living area. So I am going to need to at some point get a light for the living area because it's extremely dark in that room. What are you guys standing here on the deck for? Just go inside and get yourself something to eat. Go on. She's going to call them to a meal and just be like, come on and eat. I think she made tacos. Yeah, she did. She's like, come on, everybody to have a meal. So they're just going to enjoy the meal, enjoy one another's company. She's going to, you know, get to know them a little bit without fighting. We're not participating in the brawl. I just don't want to exit out because then it makes everybody sad because they have an quote unquote awful holiday. And I don't want to deal with her sad mood because, you know, that sucks. I mean, she's going to have a sad holiday anyway, I guess, isn't she? Because I'm not going to make her fight. Well, and then there's that. Well, for future reference, we'll just delete the holiday. She's like, okay, well, now that they've eaten my food that I honestly really can't even afford, I'm just going to go ahead and leave and go to work. And now these strange people are going to stay behind in her home, which is even more weird. But she's heading off to work, so I will catch back with you guys when she returns. We have Willow returned back home from her job, and she's just heading herself off to the washroom after a long, hard day at the restaurant. And after that, I think she's probably going to want to go check on her garden because she doesn't really look like she's very tired. So we'll go ahead and let her go out and do a little bit of checking on her garden just to make sure everything looks good because she has been gone for several hours of the day. And then, truth be known, she's probably going to want to go sit by the fire. She loves in the evening to go and sit by the fire. And I think a lot of that just has to do with the fact that for the longest time, she did that. Like, she lived in a tent. And so she spent her evening sitting by that fire anyway, roasting fish and things of that nature. So it doesn't surprise me that she would grab a book, go sit out by the fire and enjoy the sounds of nature and the birds singing and the crickets humming and just enjoy life outside. And so, yeah, it's exactly what she's doing. I mean, she didn't light the fire, but maybe you should light the fire. I think it would make you stay a little warm, although it is a warm day. But ambiance, Rayne ambiance. She's like, I don't really need the fire, but I do just like to sit here next to the rippling sounds of the pond water as the fish swim by and hear the, you know, lightning bugs flying around. And so, yeah, she is loving living out here in nature, and it doesn't bother her one bit to just sit out here next to her pond. And yeah, oh, look who it is. Alonzo's come over to visit. So let's go ahead and go over here and we will greet him. So clearly they're good enough friends that, you know, he doesn't seem bothered by the fact that he just showed up at this late of an hour. But she did go ahead and work today. So I am going to upgrade her bathroom just a little bit because right now she just has that toilet paper roll that counts, you know, that we had like as the watering hole kind of thing. Watering hole, you get what I'm saying. Her little pee bin. So I actually want to give her a proper bathroom. I did get her some tampons and things of that nature. Did I not have enough for a toilet? Maybe I didn't have enough. But she is about to start her cycle, so I did get her some girl products so that she does have that ready. Maybe I actually don't have enough for a toilet just quite yet. Oh, she's stuck with a book in her hand, even though the book's not in her hand. So we're just going to let them go ahead and chat. Obviously, they kind of have a little bit of a flirtatious encounter because, well, we know. Like, they have a romance together, these two. And so I do think that... Oh, well, they might be arguing a little bit due to this neighborhood brawl. Like, that's the one reason I don't like the Oh, they're cute together. They're so sweet. I didn't expect to like them like as much as I do, just because I was kind of like, whatever. I don't really know how I feel about this guy. But I think him being as supportive of her as he is makes me like him just a little bit more. But that's neither here nor there. As I was saying, I'm not a huge fan of this Neighborhood Brawl because it makes their personality, like, they're kind of assholes to each other. And I realize it's because of that holiday like they're supposed to be. It's supposed to spur fights and things like that. But, like, it drives me nuts. Did he leave? I think he left. That's fine. She's like, well, whatever. Oh, no, he didn't. She's just out here talking to her plants. She loves her garden, I'm telling you. She just really, really loves her garden. So we're just gonna, like I said, let her deal with this whole situation of the gardening. And I'm gonna have her go ahead and light a fire here. And then they can just kind of sit around and chat next to the fire and hang out for a little bit. And just spend some time and some company with one another and maybe build up their relationship a little bit more, whether that be friendship or romance. I'll leave up to them. I don't really want to push it one way or the other. I really want whatever happens with Rayne to be Rayne's decision. So I'm going to allow that to be her decision. Whatever she decides will be her decision, and you guys' decision, obviously. So like us figuring out the succession law and her career and things of that nature, she does perceive him as attractive, and he loves the fact that she gave him friendly advice, and like they have a pretty solid decent relationship so far. And I mean, he needs a makeover. I will be giving him a makeover because they are friends. But that all being said, I don't want to push it one way or the other. I'm not going to tip those scales. I'm going to leave it up to the Sims to do it themselves. What are they doing? Oh, they were going to go. Okay, yeah. So they want to do it. So I canceled it out. I want to know you guys' opinion. How do you feel about this guy? Before I just let them kind of go ahead, I want to know, how do you feel about this guy? Do we like this guy? Do we want to go ahead and let this happen? This is really soon. We don't have room for a nursery right now. But if you guys are feeling this guy, let me know. I'm going to go ahead and leave this one here. Don't forget to like, share, comment. It does help out the channel. If you do like the content, don't forget to hit the notification bell. It does let you know when another video goes live. And I'd love to have you guys join the Raven clan. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. So I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks again for watching, and bye, y'all. They are kind of cute, guys. They are. But let me know what you think. Are we team Alonzo or no? Okay, seriously. I really am going to fly for now. Bye, y'all.
Freezing outside, a little bit high on the feeling. Can't seem to focus. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting buzzed on rum and cola. Wasn't brave enough yet just to talk to you. Not a smooth talker under pressure. Sweaty palms ain't making it much better.